I don't eat a lot, but I'm gaining weight. What the heck? I get this comment all the time on my channel, and I also see it all over the internet and social media of people saying, I don't eat a lot of food, but I'm gaining weight or I can't lose weight. What is going on? So I want to address that in this video, and I'm going to talk about the mistake that you're probably making that you're not even realizing you're making. I hear all the time, I didn't eat that much for breakfast. I just had a muffin and a coffee. Let's look at this. This is my drawing, and I will show you the real thing, of a Starbucks blueberry muffin with yogurt and honey and a Starbucks large latte. The muffin is 350 calories and the large coffee is 190 calories. So that's a total of 540 calories. So this is what it actually looks like. That's the muffin. Calories, 350. There is the large latte, and there is 190 calories. So I didn't eat much for breakfast, just 2 things, but those 2 things add up to 540 calories. Plus, when you're going to Starbucks, like I come home and say to Kyle, it's like $15 for a large coffee and then who knows how much for a muffin. I ain't paying that. I'd rather put that on the stock market and buy a stock, and that will be the gift that keeps on giving in dividends for life. Before I get into it, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a medical professional. I'm just a girl that's lost a lot of weight, and I share my experience and what works for me on the internet. What's happening is people are saying, I don't eat a lot, but I'm struggling here, or I can't eat that much food. I will gain weight. And what's happening is they're getting confused. People are thinking that because they eat a lot of food, they're eating a lot of calories, and because they eat a little bit of food, they're eating a little bit of calories. But that's not actually the case. What I like to do is categorize food into 2 different categories. This is where people are not understanding. Before I get into it, I've lost 130 pounds and I've kept it off for 10 years. If you want to know more of exactly what I ate and did to lose my weight, keep it off, and get in the best shape of my life,
Whoa.
I have 4 weight loss ebooks. You can buy them all separately and use code Nicole to save yourself 10% off. Or you can buy all 4 in my everything bundle for a cheaper price, and then use code Nicole to save yourself 10% off the already cheaper price for a double savings. The link is down below if you want to check it out. If you're looking for a baller protein powder, I got you covered, bud. This is HTLT Subs Casein and Whey protein powder, and this is the cake pop flavor. This has sprinkles in it. It literally tastes like confetti cake with frosting on it. It's like a dessert in a protein powder. Code Nicole will save you 15% off, and the link is down below. And I love putting a scoop of this in my Greek yogurt bowls and my protein ice cream. And protein is great for weight loss because it lowers your hunger hormone ghrelin and helps you feel fuller longer. And why that's important is because it is normal to be hungry when you're eating in a calorie deficit to lose weight. So the 2 different types of foods that I like to put them in categories: 1, calorie dense foods. So these are foods that you can really only eat small portions of because they actually have a lot of calories in them. And then the other type of food would be called low calorie, high volume foods, which are foods that are low in calories, but you can eat quite a bit of them because you can still stay in a calorie deficit because they're low in calories. Healthy foods are pushed on the internet for weight loss right now. And so people assume if I just eat healthy food, I'm gonna lose weight. There's nothing wrong with healthy food, but a lot of them are calorie dense, like an avocado, for example. So if you're eating those without being aware of how much calories you're eating, you think you're eating only a little bit of food, but you're actually consuming a lot of calories, and that might be putting you in a calorie surplus. So I wanna show you some examples. Watch this. I didn't eat a lot for breakfast. 2 things, a coffee and a muffin. That means I can eat lots more calories throughout the day. Just 2 things. Look at my breakfast. An English muffin, which I put 2 teaspoons of light margarine on, 2 eggs, which I put a teaspoon of hot sauce on, and 2 slices of Black Forest ham. 395 calories. I hear all the time, Nicole, you eat such a big breakfast. I would gain weight eating that. Versus, I only ate a coffee and a muffin. So this is what's happening is just because you're eating only a couple of things, it doesn't mean that that's only a little bit of calories. And so if you think that your coffee and muffin really didn't take up a lot of calories, you might then be going to eat a big lunch and a big dinner, and your calories are adding up and you have no clue that you're in a calorie surplus when you thought you were in a deficit. So it's really important to understand that a little bit of food doesn't mean a little bit of calories, and you should be aware, if you're wanting to lose weight, what you're eating and how many calories it actually is. So let's move on to my next example. So I just had a coffee and a muffin for breakfast, and then I just grabbed a handful of nuts for a snack. A 1/3 cup of peanuts, roasted salted, is 320 calories. I only ate 3 things. This is gonna be crazy when you hear this, okay? If you only had the muffin and the coffee and the peanuts, that's 860 calories. A snack and a breakfast, that's more than half of my daily calorie intake. I only eat 1,620 calories. That means if I only ate 6 things, if I ate 2 handfuls of peanuts, 2 muffins, and 2 coffees, I would be over my calories for the day.
That really is crazy.
Only 6 things. So just because you're only eating 6 things doesn't mean you're in a calorie deficit. For me, the deficit's 1,620. For you, it might be different. But if you're eating food without realizing how many calories is in it, you're gonna be eating more than you think. So now let's compare this to my nighttime snack, which this is my nighttime snack. It's an entire bag of the Orville Redenbacher 80% less fat Smart Pop popcorn. This entire thing, this is 13 cups of popcorn, 240 calories. Look at the difference. Nicole, I get this all the time. Nicole, that is a lot of popcorn. You eat that whole bowl? I can never do that. I'll gain weight. Versus, I just had a handful of nuts. Look at the difference. All of this for 240 calories, and this little tiny serving for 320. And then I also here, I just mostly drink coffee all day, put a couple tablespoons of cream in my coffee, just a bit. Well, let's see if I can do this without spilling. This is 2 tablespoons of coffee creamer. This is International Delight coffee creamer. 2 tablespoons is 70 calories. Now I know most people do not measure their cream, they just pour it in their coffee. So you might be pouring even more than this, but when you compare it then to some 2 cups of unsweetened vanilla almond milk, 60 calories. So you might be pouring hundreds of calories of cream without realizing, and then look at how much you can have. 2 cups, people would think, whoa, that's gotta be a lot of calories. It's only 60. It depends on the kind of food that you're choosing and the calorie density of it. So little bit of cream, 70 calories, lot bit of almond milk, only 60 calories.
No one will ever know that you spill.
To sum this up, there's nothing wrong with any of the foods that I'm showing here, and obviously I eat them all because I have them. The problem is that people are assuming that a little bit means a little bit of calories. If you want to lose weight, you really have to be mindful of the type of food that you're eating. If it's calorie dense, you can still eat it, but you're gonna wanna eat a small portion and then build that in to your calories for the day or to your portions for the day, whatever you're doing to lose weight to get in a calorie deficit. And if you are looking to lose weight, the best thing you wanna do is focus on low calorie, high volume foods, which is what I do, which is why I eat the popcorn and I eat ham and English muffins because they're low in calories. I eat peanuts, but I only eat about half a tablespoon when I make oatmeal and I sprinkle it on the top. So I'm still eating some calorie dense foods, but I'm eating very little portions and I'm building it into my day. And I wanna show you a couple examples. Like popcorn is one low calorie, high volume food. You get 13 cups of popcorn for 240 calories, which is absolutely amazing. And this also has fiber in it, so it's gonna keep you very full. And that's the goal with low calorie, high volume foods. You wanna actually eat as much food as you can while staying in your calorie deficit. Instead of eating, just a coffee and a muffin, which isn't gonna keep you very full, but it's gonna take up a lot of your calories, you wanna focus on stuff like this. This is 1¼ cups of frozen strawberries. That's an entire bowl of fruit that you could top on something low calorie like Greek yogurt that you flavor with protein powder. I love to do that. And that's gonna really keep you full. And this is only 50 calories. That much for only 50 calories, which is crazy. And then the other low calorie, high volume food is oats. This is 1 cup of quick oats and it's 300 calories versus you put it by the peanuts, 320 for just a 1/3 cup of peanuts. This is 300 calories of quick oats. It's gonna double in size when you put liquid in it and cook it in the microwave. And that's gonna keep you full for hours because it's got the fiber in it and it's slower digesting. So I hope this clears up any misconceptions that people had. And I get a lot of comments on my diet all the time and it drives me crazy because people go, Nicole, that's way too much food for me. Well, I'm eating in a calorie deficit for me. Only 1,620 calories for my activity level. That's actually pretty low. And it looks like I'm eating a lot of food because I'm choosing the right foods. I'm focusing on low calorie, high volume foods. So don't assume that somebody is eating hundreds of calories just because they have a lot of food. You can actually eat a ton of food and stay within your calories like Kyle and I do. And that's why we've been able to get the weight off and keep it off for as long as we have. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed us. I'll catch you in the next thing, honey. Take this money and put in the stock market, bud. You'll be loaded. Bye.
See ya.
Remember, the friends, that weight loss isn't just about the number on the scale. It's also about here and here. Heart and mindset. Fight through it. You can do it. Don't give up.